If I was running from a tiger, my heart rate would be in the hundreds. My mind would be racing, thinking, what is about to happen? What am I going to do? What possible outcomes can come from this? I'll probably be shaking, short of breath, my chest tight, honestly going straight to survival mode until I can figure out a solution. That reaction is warranted for that type of situation. You're literally being chased by a tiger. Sadly, with severe anxiety, I experience those mental and physical symptoms on a day-to-day basis with almost any situation. A lot of people, when they hear anxiety, they think you're just being very nervous. Being diagnosed with anxiety can be very debilitating. For me, I experience a high heart rate. My average is literally 95 beats per minute. Chest tightness, hand shaking, which they might be a little bit, but I took some medicine, so they might have stopped. Shortness of breath, the what if mind loop, rumination, being easily jumpy and on edge. I experience needing the backup to the backup to the backup plan, which can sometimes help as far as having a just in case plan. But when none of those plans happen,
everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
It can increase the severity of the anxiousness. And it kind of sucks because it's become such a norm for me. I'm still getting self-awareness to certain symptoms that I don't really think twice about because of the fact that it's a norm. So like I said, for me, my average resting heart rate is 95 beats per minute. That's not okay. Resting. Not exercising, nothing. Sitting here chilling, resting. I remember I told my therapist about this book that I read. It's a psychological thriller because psychological thrillers are my jam. It was so good, but it was so graphic and had many trigger warnings in there of different things. The plot twist kept plot twisting, and it was just so much that happened in this book. She asked me, do I have any other genres I read between like psychological thrillers? And I said no, because they're boring. She looked at me and said, are they boring or are you calm?
Gosh. Damn.
I said, okay, you ate with that. So she was explaining because my body is so familiar with being on edge, I'm going to feel more comfortable reading things that keep me in that state, even if it's not a state I want to be in.
I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm gonna do that anyway because that's how I am.
Because even though calm is the goal, it's also unknown and unfamiliar. So it's something you have to learn to sit in and accept. Thankfully, I've been using my resources to help me navigate on day to day with my anxiety. I go to my therapy. I have different anxiety medicine that helps calm me down. Because when I have a really bad flare, the physical symptoms can be very, very more apparent than not. So I can be lightheaded, I have the shortness of breath, or feeling like I'm holding my breath, which I kind of feel like that right now because I'm anxious. Also, my hands will shake a lot. My mind just keeps going on every possible outcome or scenario that can exist within whatever topic it is. It's just very overwhelming and very exhausting. And pairing severe anxiety with borderline personality disorder and bipolar 2 disorder, I'm literally fighting for my life on the daily. So yeah, I think that it's really important to understand that there are so many different factors and layers of being diagnosed with anxiety. It's just not being nervous on something. And it can be exhausting. And you're not choosing this. You're not choosing to be on edge. You're not choosing to not be able to relax and breathe. That was an actual deep breath that I took. I needed that. It's part of your diagnosis. For those who are diagnosed with anxiety or any type of anxiety disorder, you're not alone, even if it feels like it in the moment. What helps you with your anxiety? For me, I know it's reframing my thoughts to the best of my ability. If I have a negative what if, trying to come up with a positive what if. Physically, it's the deep breaths. Grounding helps me as well. The 5 things you can see, 4 you can hear, etc. Cold water, my anxiety medicine, okay? Because she's going to understand the assignment every time. Another factor that makes the severe anxiety pretty challenging to manage for me is it being tied to borderline personality disorder and bipolar 2 disorder? Sometimes some of the coping skills that could be helpful are just realistically not attainable in the moment.
It's not realistic. It's just not realistic.
However, that's why there's plethora to choose from. To choose when they're really intense, when you're almost there, preventative ones. Definitely drop in the comments below what coping skills help you out when you experience your anxiety. What other symptoms do you experience that I may not have listed? Remember, you are not defined by your illnesses. They are something that you have. I'm not anxious. I have an anxiety disorder. I'm Sydney B. Thanks for tuning in with me. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.